Hey, it's Hot Now 37, man. DJ Buck, a good friend of mine, Shaggy, right now. And I was just in Jamaica for a conference not too long ago. So I'm sitting outside. We're waiting for the conference to start. Me and Shaggy were talking. And we were talking about you, young lady. Lob, how you say your name? Pronounce your name for me?
Lav.
Lob.
My
So
full
we're
name is
talking.
yeah, my full name is Lavinia, but it's easier to say Lav.
So Lob. So we're talking about you dancing. I'm like, yo, she dances like crazy. And then Shaggy looks.
Uh,
And then Shaggy looks at me and says, "No, no, she's an artist." I'm like, "She's an artist?" He says, "Get in the car right now."
Right.
uh,
I get into, I'm big, so I squeeze into Shaggy's car. And he pushes play. And what was the look on my face, Shaggy, when you push play? I was like,
You
holy,
just turned around. I was like, what am I listening to right now? Wow. You
I was
just
amazed.
right. Because you said to me, it's like, yeah, you say, I want to read what you did with her.
Yeah.
Boom, I played it because you was like, yo, she was just lighting up the room. It was like a great dancer, just having the whole thing. I
Yeah.
was like, nah, she's really doing it. And I met her through Costi. I don't know if you know Costi.
Oh, Costi, he was there.
Yeah, Costi was
yeah.
there. So Costi is Costi produced such songs as I Need Your Love,
Mm-hmm.
which you guys play. Songs like the first song was I Wanna with Bob Sinclair
Right.
in Europe, and that was a massive, massive hit. That's when I met Costi. Then we did I Need Your Love, and of course Godong with Spice. He also did. So I saw him actually working. He was working with her, and he asked me to write a couple of songs for her. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, because I was help Costa do some writing. And I said, yeah, bring her to Miami, no problem. She came to Miami. Her work ethic was incredible. Um, she stayed on top of it. We wrote some songs. The energy was right. The vibe was good. And one of those songs happened to be this particular song, Move. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw this out as my first single because, the energy was right. The vibe was right.
We
And,
all felt it.
and
Yeah.
we all just kind of felt the vibe.
Go
So it
click
was
with it. Yeah.
Your first time in the studio with Shaggy Love. How did that feel? Your first time being in the studio with this guy who's been in the studio his whole life, like
Well, well, to be fair, I had that moment where, oh my God, someone needs to pinch me right now. It was amazing. Even up until today. To be fair, it feels great to be with someone like Shaggy, to work with someone like Shaggy, to have someone like Shaggy trust me and appreciate the work that I'm gonna put in and all that stuff and see me as a true artist. Yeah.
hmm. Now you started off. I mean, during the pandemic, you really hit the social network heavy, and you started making videos
God.
and everything. And what was it like when when you got that first 1,000 views? When you finally realized that everyone's watching me?
Yeah, well, my friends, because I've always been dancing and stuff. So my
Mhm.
friends encouraged me to get on the platforms. So they were like, "Live, you should definitely join. Oh my God, you'll be amazing on it." And I was like, "Nah, I don't know." I was afraid of, of the bad comments and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I saw a video like one day and I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it too." And then I started uploading videos and I saw it like the views were increasing and increasing. I was like, "Oh shoot, this is actually working." So I was getting traffic on my page. So I guess I continued with it and I was up day and night, learning choreos, all the stuff, creating content, planning my stuff. So yeah, I put a lot of work into it afterwards.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that being a great content creator isn't that easy. It's a lot of hard work.
Oh gosh, yeah. For you see a 15 seconds video, God, it takes a lot of work for that and a lot of thought, a lot of takes and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it does take a lot.
I'll be wondering how she does it sometime because I see her just at whatever little time that she's on the phone editing and doing stuff. It's really like a full-time thing for her. And I've learned so much from her on the social media part of it.
Right.
Because to me, we're from a different generation, you and I. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that doesn't come as natural to us as it does to like them.
Mm.
And she's taught me so many things where that is concerned of time to post, how to do it, how to create, how to stay on top of your content. So you're looking at a synergy here, which is a win-win.
Yeah.
In that way, because I learned so much from her, she learned so much from me.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean? So it's a generational thing. So there's things that the craft of songwriting and the craft of making records, is one way. But then there's a whole lot of aspect where social media becomes of relevancy and staying on top of it and being directly in tune to your fan base that she is teaching me at this point. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I just find it fascinating.
Yeah, social media is a new way of marketing yourself, and if it's one of the greatest tools, and if you don't use it, you know, you're losing. Yeah, you're losing a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's like Shaggy said, we come from a different time and a different era, so it's a lot different
Mm.
for us because it's like,
Some catching up to do.
for instance, when I was there, like when I was DJing, the song, the guy that worked with you, Costi, he got
Yeah.
the song, No More Coke. So I played it. He gave it to me, and I played it right there. And he took a video, and he said, take a video and give me your phone. I gave him my phone, and what he did in 30 seconds would have took me a month to do. I got so many views. I got so
Yeah.
many views from that one clip that he said, listen, I can teach
Yeah.
you all this. And it's a whole different world.
Yeah, it is a different time. But I still think, and you being a music guy, which is it's so funny that you could, just out of the whole conference was there. She was there. Everybody was there, and you spotted. I always said, I said, Buck is one of the first person that spotted and come to me and say,
Yeah.
"Yo, that girl right there, she's got something about her." You know what I
Star.
mean? And she says, "Yeah, you said it. That's exactly what you said. You said she's a star, right there. You got that." And I said, once you hear, and once I played that for you, you just got it. Um, it's not a lot of people that's going to catch it on the first go, because even with people that I work with, even within, they're like, okay, they're rolling with me because they trust me, what I mean, and my batting average is good. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna rock with me until after a while they start to see where I'm going with it, and it's in keeping with what we've done. You remember now when I did, it's funny enough, I was doing rehearsal with her the other night, because we did her first appearance in Baltimore,
Baltimore, yeah.
was her first show. And I said, okay, so now you're gonna have to do this record live, and I'm in rehearsal here, and you're spitting this patois and you're doing this vibe, and you know what I mean? So I'm doing this rehearsing with her back, and I said, my drummer was there who's been with me for years. I said, what does this remind you of? And he's what? It says, I said, you remember the first time Rick Rock came on
Wow.
to do It Wasn't Me
Yeah.
in Hawaii? And when I was on the sound check teaching him how to sing it, and
Wow.
he was like, yo, it's the same exact thing. So we have had a history of doing that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Where with Lav, just reminded me of how I was, showing her how to sing it, how to walk, how to perform it, how to do all of that.
Yeah.
And Rick Crockett was the same situation I had done with him. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Which we had, of course, it wasn't me, it was massive. But I've always used new artists. You remember Rayvon on Angel wasn't, or Summertime wasn't a massive artist at that time. You know what I'm saying? Um, you see people like Muhammad and Fade and I Need Your Love. Even Conquer on Banana the other day, 2 billion streams.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And of course, even Spice is a local act. You know what I mean? With Godonde, you know what I mean? Kess, a Trinidadian accent artist. So for me, it's not always going for these big superstars. To me, my inspiration comes from dealing with these really new talent, with just that raw talent and what they bring to the table, and that motivates me. You know what I mean? I could go with a big superstar and not be as
So motivated or inspired.
as inspired.
Mhm.
You know?
Lab, are you ready for this, Lab? I mean, how is he as a coach? How is Shaggy as a
Oh, he just read my mind because I was gonna say he's a great coach, and he's got the patience. He understands because it can get frustrating at times, especially if you're new in this, and you're gonna have your first appearances on stage and the media, the press and all that stuff. So I'm getting trained, obviously, and I'm loving the journey. But he's really amazing and he understands, and I don't feel pressured. And that's amazing. I feel like I can be myself,
Right.
and that is so important for
Yeah.
any artist out there.
Your thing is not to break her spirit.
Yeah.
You want to, whatever she's doing, you want her to feel like it is fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we're doing rehearsals, you know what I mean, it's making her feel like, wow, she's getting somewhere. This is what is you don't want to break her spirit, because then you get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
So
and
you're really
because
good at building my confidence up as
yeah,
well. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because
I think
because
he's up to
like I look at you and I said everything boils down to confidence. What we said is, I said, if you mess up a word, just
Just
mess it
yeah,
up.
just
Just mess it up like you meant to mess it up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just do it.
Yeah,
It's the confidence.
exactly. Same with dancing. I'll be able to master that pretty well. But now just going into singing in terms of performing, that's how I'm learning now
Right.
from.
So I'm teaching her. I said, okay, dancing is one thing, but now to dance and sing and keep
And
your
sing.
breath and have the
Yeah, I was
breath
getting ready to
control.
Yeah,
say that's
That
a
was things
whole
that
other.
there's a whole lot of exercises that we've been doing here to just try and get all of that done because you want it to be as authentic as possible.
totally.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And the reason you go with someone is one, you're inspired by the person. The second thing is that the person has a work ethic. I've tried with so many other
I
artists
know.
that they don't show up on time. They'll start and then right after that they quit.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest problem I think with a lot of artists. You
Mhm.
know, is that they just don't follow through. And when you find somebody that is willing to follow through, you just got to give it your shot.
Yeah. I think they have an expectancy of like they've got to make it straight away and they don't understand the work behind it. I
Mhm.
think with me personally, even now that I've reached up, this amount of number of followers and stuff, that's it's not a stop for me where I'm like, I'm like, I'm hungry for more. I'm like, I'm still, because the passion is real and the love for music, dancing and stuff is real. So once something is real, you will be able to tell.
Let's talk about music for a second. I mean, this is the reggae dancehall song right now, but you're sitting next to a man who's not just dancehall. He's not just reggae. He's
Of
global.
course.
He does everything. Like musically, what are your favorites to go to? I mean, reggae is one, dancehall. What would I find in your phone right now? What would if I look in your phone, look at your playlist? What kind of music would I find in there?
Oh, oh gosh. it's funny because I was speaking to a friend last
You
night.
got a lot of Afrobeat,
Yeah,
though.
I got a lot of Afrobeat.
Yeah, she's big on
I got
Afrobeat.
I got a lot of Afrobeat. I love Afrobeat as well. There's some reggaeton going on, but that comes again from reggae,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's all linked. I feel like I'm so what's the word? Like when you have a big variety when it comes to listening music and stuff.
Mhm.
Whatever moves me, if I feel the music is right for me, I'll add in my playlist. But yeah, there's a lot of Afrobeats, reggae, dancehall,
You like the
some
thing.
soul,
You like the
pop.
joints you could dance to though. Like
Yeah,
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 because
yeah,
her thing is
yeah.
like,
So it's
if we're producing something, oh, I can't dance to that. I'm gonna dance to that. Conference.
so it's even I've got to like one two step. Okay, that's for me. Do you know what I mean? As long as it feels right to it's got that's a layer of spice in there.
Like when you got that first belly dancing outfit from your grandmother as a little girl, did you know the stage is where you was gonna be?
Gosh, yeah. Oh I was about like 7 years old, and my mom spotted that I could, I was feeling the rhythm, so I was clapping to the beat. I was tapping my feet to the beat. My mom was like, I was like maybe 2 years old or 3 years old, and she realized that. So then she started like making me dance, watch dance music videos all the time. So then my grandmother, she moved to Turkey for a little while there, and she bought me a belly dancing costume.
Right.
And for the first time I had that on, I felt amazing. And then I went to the school director. We got to know the school head of school. Yeah, I said I want to perform end of the years, right? So it's like, well, what you gonna perform? Say, oh, I can dance. It's like, but I never knew that you can dance. Like, are you sure? And then I was like, please, like, give me a spot. And she gave me a spot. And I was like 8 years old, and ever since then, the whole city were calling me like the Leah Shakira, the Leah Beyonce, and stuff like that. So
Wow.
that's how it all started from there. The stage, yeah, I,
Yeah.
I was performing every year. So yeah, that's how we all started with Dali, a belly dancing costume of mine.
It's funny. You have a natural ability to command the attention of a room when you walk into a room. I noticed that when I was there. You'll see a group.
Wow.
Mhm.
You'll see a group of people dancing. You'll be over there by yourself, and I noticed little by little you're easing over there. And
You
before I
know,
know it, you're in the middle of
yep.
the crowd dancing.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I noticed her when she came to do the songs for Costi was just how she command the room and work the room, and it's natural. It's not, it's not. It's almost as if she's not doing work. She's just being herself. I mean, what you saw in Jamaica is like she went to almost every dance, and every single dance she was in, they bringing her up on stage. That
Yeah.
was not planned. We didn't ask anybody to do any of that. That's just her and that energy and how she connects with people down there, and that's the first part of the artistry of being an artist.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Is getting people to connect with you.
Yeah, I like that. 'Cause
Yes.
you did it naturally. What the hardest thing to do, you can't teach what you have.
Oh yeah.
There's something you
Mm,
can't teach, and when you don't
comes from
you
within.
you earn the respect from the people who come to the club who don't know you from
Yeah.
Suzanne or Jack, but before when they leave, they know who you are. It's better to earn the respect than to make somebody respect you. If you earn it piece by
Mm,
piece, it feels better that way. It is
Yeah.
more. I
wow.
think it's more. it means more to me when you earn their respect from your work ethic, and then you go from there. It's
Yeah.
just to the moon from here to the stars.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've gotten artists that I've dealt with, Buck, that are incredibly talented, like it just oozes. But hello,
Yeah.
what
Oh,
happened here?
disconnect?
All right,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
back
yeah,
on
yeah.
now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're good.
Hello,
second.
hello. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah, I got you. Yeah,
I think it's my headphones probably.
Oh, 1 second, yeah. Oh,
All
I can
right.
hear
So
you.
I've had,
perfect.
yeah, I can
Back
hear
on.
it now. Yeah. I've had artists that are incredibly talented, just oozes out of them. And they just cannot light a room up. It's dull. It's just no matter what it is. You know, on record, it could be amazing, but I mean, you tell them to go promote a record, they stand in the corner. They don't know how to smile. They don't know how to come in and work a room. They don't know how to, make themselves a certain present,
Mhm.
in the situation, and that is so important,
It is.
and
You
part of
nailed
it.
it.
Yeah,
To walk in the room and
Yeah,
people turn their heads without you saying, it's a natural ability to do that. You have that because
yeah.
yeah,
you had my attention when you first came in. Now, and I said to Shaggy, I said, Shaggy, she's beautiful. That's obvious. That's obvious, but it's not just that. It's more to
right.
it. It's a
Yeah,
lot more to it. And you
I
have
think
that.
I told her one of her most infectious attributes is her smile. She's always smiling. You've
Oh,
never
okay.
seen her and she's not smiling, and
Okay.
it's a big inviting smile. I think that's to me that grab. It's like
Yeah.
you walk in the room and you got some, you might ask somebody frown in their face and screw you. You don't even want to approach them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? With her
Yeah.
smile and or you want to approach her.
I think that comes from my family. My mom especially. My mom, I'm very much like my mom.
Yeah,
She raised me like that, and my dad as well is he's a singer and he's a performer. So he always told me, once you enter a room, and my grandmother, she always told me how to be a lady, how to walk in the streets and stuff like that. When you were around people, how to greet them and stuff like that. So I think from a very early age, I was thought into it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So yeah.
What did your dad think about the new song? Your
Oh,
dad's
he loves it. He plays it. He plays it a lot, like because he has some like live streams that he does, and he plays a lot to his audience, and he's really proud, and he's really really encouraging and supportive.
Lav, you hit the stage with Shaggy in Baltimore. How did that feel? Because I watched the video, and
Wow.
you look like you were at home up there. How did it feel?
Well, because we had practiced as well, it helped a lot, and being on stage with Shaggy, it felt more comforting, for me. Um, I just went there, did it. To be fair, I just went there, did it.
You were nervous. You were nervous though going into it.
I was
Because
nervous
even in the
before.
dressing room when
Remember?
you were going through all these outfits, I'm like,
Yeah.
and why should I this, should I that? I'm like,
Yeah.
you're fine.
But
Just do
it's
that.
just before getting on stage,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Go do it.
And I
But
said, once you're out there and you just start, the energy is going to hit you.
yeah.
And then she you came out, you started. My thing was you started on the cue, right?
Oh
Because
yeah.
we had to put those extra bars
Yes.
right on the front of the record for
Mm,
you to count in because I wanted to do an intro of her. When I said
Okay.
it's not going to start the same count as it is,
Yeah,
mm.
just it's not
and
gonna
I
start
said,
straight out. Yeah.
right, she not so but she started straight on the right cue, and
Yeah.
I was like, once she was there, I was like, and then she just started me up the thing, but I'm on them like that. I was like, because we practiced that for hours. So
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
she
Yeah.
had that down, what I mean, because it was not in her, wasn't really natural for her when she was doing it the first time.
Mm.
Matter of fact, in the studio when we were doing that record, when I wrote that part, I said, I'm gonna do it, and Costi looked at me and says, she's gonna do that, or you're gonna do that. And I said, no. I said, she's gonna do that. And I said, and she's like, I said, I'm not gonna say me have the thing with the man them love. No, she's gonna do it. He's like, bro, she's not gonna do that.
Yeah, she can't do that.
She can't
Yeah.
do that. And I said, watch. And I went back
Like, love, come here. Like, love, come
yeah,
here. Yeah. So
we went straight. I said, you're gonna do this. And we went back and forth and back, and then she nailed it.
I
And
was
it
really
didn't take
excited though.
yeah, it
The
didn't
fact
take
that
that long for you to nail it. You just,
Yeah.
you nail it. It's a couple of times she did it, and I just kept doing it until I hear the right one. I said, there, you nailed it.
But you gotta understand, because most so obviously I grew up with dancehall and reggae music as well. So most of the time I would probably try to sing those like that kind of like
Yeah.
patois words and stuff. Maybe I wasn't singing correctly,
Yeah.
but I always had that thing in me that I would love to do it. And almost like you made that, you made a girl happy,
Yeah.
by that making me doing that. So
Yeah, and it's just one of the, I said, this is going to be something that's going to grab people ear. We have to do it. And I mean, I just kept going until she did it. And I was like, all right, then we got it. But it wasn't hard because I think because she's in England. She's she grew up in England. There's a
the
lot of
culture,
the culture, dance all, black
UK
music.
really.
Yeah, the UK. So she, none of it that we brought to her was foreign to her. You know what I mean? She was already in that vibe of it.
Something like bringing it more to life, make it real, make it,
Yeah.
it made me be more in the scene. To be fair, so
Well,
yeah.
I can't wait till you come to Connecticut. I want to see you on a stage here, and
we coming.
Oh yeah,
we coming.
There, baby.
We gotta go do a buck. You gotta go do a buck show, by the way. You know what I mean? I've done quite a few shows.
He's done a few, so you gotta come to one of my shows.
I would love to.
Definitely. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I love the record. Get ready to hear your record here. I got a station in Denver. It's gonna be on the radio in Denver. So I'm gonna do a few things and help you out, man. You're with one of my best friends in the industry.
By the way, I'm not even gonna say. I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't know if I told you this, but he was the first person I sent the record to. Why? Because he was the first person I made hear it in my car. Yeah. And I sent it. I said, Buck, remember the record I told you? You said it was mine. Here it is. You're the first person I gave it to.
Oh.
And it went on the radio right the next day. The next day it was on the radio.
Yeah, because I sent it to him in person. I didn't. Willie had done some, but you're the first person I actually went and gave that record to, because he had heard it from before and saw the. So he just kind of spot my vision from being at the conference. Is like, yo, what are you doing that with that project is crazy right there.
Wow.
So.
And Lav, I think he set me up. Lav, he set me up because he put me in the car with the best sound system I've heard in a long time.
You know what? Hey, that's a stock. That's actually a stock. Car? Yeah, but that's why I like that car. I haven't gotten rid of that car. That car it's a Porsche. It's actually a diesel Porsche.
What?
But it's a turbo diesel, and it's the only one in Jamaica that's turbo diesel. So I just kind of kept that car. I have not get rid, and it's my day-to-day kind of car because of the sound system.
It's great.
When he hit play, my shit was like this. I'm like,
that shit. Let me tell you, dude, it drops. Sometimes when I'm in Jamaica, like if I do a record and I want to reference it, I go straight in the car and play it, and that's it because the system in there just kicks. It kicks, bro.
It just penetrates your soul completely. Yeah.
Man. Great talking to you. I'll see you when you get to town. And good luck. I love the record. It's gonna go a long way. Be ready to hit more stages and more records. You're with the right guy.
All right, man.
Lovely to talk to you as well, Buck. And I'm looking forward to see you and meeting you.
All right.
Yes.
I'll see you
take it from there.
Again.
Of course, meeting you and
Yeah.
No, not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.